Hello and welcome to episode 5 of Andar Plays Victoria 2 as Catalonia, this pleasant little triangle here. In this episode, we try and stop being a pleasant little triangle and form a, I don't know, just kind of a regular border for a country. Just kind of have this big line from our area all the way across to Côte d'Argent. There. Bay of Biscay, maybe, if that's what the name of this entire region is called. And, yeah, what this has done, we have declared war on Spain for the Vasconia-Aragon. And this, of course, has brought in their allies, Britain mainly, the Ottoman Empire, and the Two Sicilies, which we have had a run-in with the past. We do not like them very much at all, because we have taken Sicily from them. And the sole reason for that was because we could. Now, dragging France into our little conflict here has piqued the interest of the North German Federation, who seek to create the German Empire. To do that, they need the Alsace Lorraine, and they decided to take advantage of French distractions, if you would like to call our conquest a distraction, and have decided to try and liberate the Alsace Lorraine. And they've brought in their 3 allies here, with a total war score of 241. And as to France has brought in Russia to help out, and all their little Italian states, and us, because they were so eager to help us with this thing. And, you know, this whole situation's kind of our fault. We have created essentially the First World War because of our little... We don't want to be this triangle anymore. We want to expand, get all of this iron. Is it going to be worth it at the end? Probably not. Should we have probably just gone for this one because it has our culture in it? Valencia? Maybe. It has iron in it too. Wait, it does have iron in it as well. Oh, well, that was a mistake on our part. But I think our borders would look weird if we took that instead, because then the Spanish would have this little island here for no reason. And we'd have to take that, and I don't really want it because declaring a whole war for that, 10 wars scored to acquire state, no. Unfortunate that our Catalan people over there are just going to have to deal with Spanish occupation right now, and mistrust under a government that is at war with their people. So yeah, that's an issue. I don't think we are going to win, honestly. I think what will happen is the Germans will mobilize, they will quickly overtake the Russian forces, and have occupations all the way up to around where these Russian troops are now, which will give them a huge amount of war score, which they will use to leverage against France in the peace agreement, and they will probably be able to take the Alsace Lorraine because France is very weak right now with the 9th highest military in the world, trying to fight against the 4th largest military in the world. And while the Russians will distract them a bit from doing that, I think the technological differences between the German Federation and the Russian Empire will be too much for the Russian numbers to handle. In addition, the United Kingdom will take advantage of the Franco-Prussian War, land troops in Dunkirk, because this is one of those areas in the world where troops can just jump over water without any naval escorts, I guess you could say. And they will quickly storm straight down to Paris. And over here, the Spanish will invade straight through our country into South France here, and the Two Sicilies will jump across this water here and to Messina and take over Sicily and use that to leverage against us in the peace agreements. That's a lot to say. So I do not have very high expectations for this war. It quickly got out of hand. We could have won it, I believe, if the German Empire wasn't so smart in wanting to take the Alsace-Lorraine right now. But here we go. We are mobilized. Yep, mobilized. And we should probably start paying everyone more to the highest extent that we can pay them. And speed it up a little bit. I lose my voice. It's early in the morning. Not early in the morning. Actually, it's becoming the afternoon, but I just woke up because it's the weekend, and that's what you do. Okay. So now we have our 36,000 right here. Man. Okay, yeah. See, this is what's going to happen. They're going to land 51,000 troops into France there. I don't want that to happen at all. I'm sending my troops up there. Hopefully they can make it in time, but they probably won't. Oh man. See, you just need to put some troops here to block the British from invading Dunkirk. My men are not going to get there in time, though. Come on, you can do it. Okay. Acquire Catalonia and Gambia. Cut Catalonia down to size. Okay, our men will perform a holding action here. See if we can get some better generals who have high defense. Okay. Defense, morale, attack, morale. Nope, basically Jose's still the best we got. Okay. Is it enough? Probably not. Those British troops are really powerful and they outnumber us. But we will fight them, regardless. Yep, they're gonna win. No doubt about that. And those German troops are winning their battles, except up here in the north. Meanwhile, they are... Well, maybe the Russians can overcome them. But it looks like the Germans, of course, have had the first major offensive, and as such, they've taken the war score there. And, yep, all the French troops are focused on taking the province instead of fighting these British guys up here. This is not a good day for France, not a good day for us either. Okay, we're going to retreat, as we should, and then we should probably get out of here. Try our best to get out of here. And back to Barcelona. And, okay, yep, Sicily is completely occupied, as you would expect. Them have full citizenship. So yeah, there's a naval battle down here between the Austrians. Is there another war? Yep, Second Austrian Liberation of Moravia. That's good for us. So this war just got even bigger. Alright, looks like, you know, despite losing that huge battle up here, and the British are going to completely occupy all that stuff. If I were France, I'd just lose the Alsace Lorraine right now. But they're not going to do that. What are you guys doing? Like, move, I said. I said move. Get down to Barcelona. Okay, so they're on their way. Liberal and anarcho-liberal parties have won the day. I don't like that at all, so I'm going to use my power. Get the socialists in charge. Oh yeah. Okay. Subsidize all, as we were doing earlier. And we'll get, what should we get? Indeed. Yeah, based on population. Why not? Okay, we got Two Sicilies invading there. We need to research technology, military statistics. We need to know how badly we're losing, because, trust me, we're losing. Let's get in there. Fight. We can win in one battle, at least. Maybe. Okay, we have won this battle. They've moved over there. We will follow them, of course. And what is the war score? Okay. Well, we got 4%, evidently. We're going to need a lot more than that, though. And with the British... Well, I guess, yeah, with the British occupying France, it's not going to look good for us at all. How's their Franco-Prussian war going? They're going to win that. Man, that's really unfortunate. Although Austria just was involved now in the war against Germany, so maybe that'll distract enough. No, the Russian troops seem thoroughly defeated. Oh no, all the German... Oh, no, there's still fight left in the Russians. Meanwhile, the battle over here rages on. Alrighty. So, I'll then merge these guys, because I'm getting tired of babysitting them. They're probably going to attack over there. Let's see if we can deoccupy Tarragona right there before they completely occupy there. Somehow I doubt it. Man. At this point, I can handle the Spanish, so the French should really just get out of here while they can. Okay, they've moved from their defensive position in the mountains, which will give us an ability to attack them further. Let's see if, it's mano a mano. And they have the fortifications, but we have the morale fighting on our home turf. Can we win it? Oh man, no we can't. Oof. Slaughtering us. Okay. Sure, more conservatives. We will retreat, rally up with these French troops here. They need some help. I don't know where they'll take us, but we will follow them. Link up! As the Sicilians completely... Oh, maybe we shouldn't do that. We should at least defend one territory. Go to Tarragona, see what the Sicilians do. I don't want any of my territory being overrun and then completely annexed or something like that. That would be horrifying. So get a wider look at this. It looks like the British have occupied many territories. The Germans have not been able to take the Alsace Lorraine. The Russians are still not occupying any territory over there. The Germans are completely distracted by the Russians. We should help the French out in this battle up here. And let's see here. Where are they moving? I guess I'll just go back south then. Okay, yeah. Help them with this. Very good commentary. Help them with this. Very vague. Very. People like vague. It installs a sense of mystery. Alright, we are at 0 monies. We are trying to deoccupy our capital. The French idea of trying to win this one... Oh, looks like the French are beating the British, at least. Yeah, the French got this, it seems. They're pushing into Germany now. I mean, that'll change as soon as the Germans knock Russia out of the war, but... they're holding their own. Doing better than I thought we would. Well, the French are doing better than I thought. We're doing exactly how I thought we would. Just, poorly. We've been able to assist our allies, but not much other than that going on. Can we help out up here any? I don't want these Germans taking over the Alsace Lorraine. That would be bad. But I'd much rather have a holding force in Dunkirk, but last time I did that, everyone got slaughtered. And just go for Madrid, I guess. Occupy what we can. Oh yeah, forgot we had a navy. It's over there now. We still got men of war, but they took out all of our ships, it seems. Maybe we will be the occupying force of Madrid. That would be cool. What is the actual war score right now? Wow, we're doing it, actually. And France wants to acquire Tripoli. Smart, I believe. Sure, Scandinavia, not Sweden. Yep. Acquire Tripoli. Sure. Forget where Tripoli is. That's one of the places I should know. It's a very famous place. It's in... Yeah, it's right there. Okay, they're taking it from the Ottoman Empire. That's why I was confusing. I knew it was down here. I just thought it was a British territory, so when I looked down here and didn't see any British, I was just like, I'm confused. So, yes, I know where Tripoli is. I did not need to look that up. Just lost some confidence is all, because I thought the French would want to take stuff from the British. That said, though, are they going to go for both of our claims, or are they just gonna go for their own. You know, if this war of Germany isn't won quickly, they might just, you know, make peace right now, pretty much. That would be bad for us. Sorry, I'm making horrible noises. Like I said, I really need to bring water when I do this stuff. Military logistics. I don't think we even have any artillery left. Yeah, we do. So yeah, iron breech-loaded artillery. Sounds a-okay to me. Okay, the French still have 60,000 troops over here, which could be, you know, their leadership is probably thinking, wow, wouldn't it be great if we had them on this front? Looks like the French are getting really close to Berlin. The Russians have almost gotten the Germans out of their territory, but it looks like the Germans still outnumber them. Let's see. Yeah, the Germans have been hit heavily and turned into a very, well, they're not the 4th military power in the world now, they're the 7th. Of course, we are now the 50th, where we were the 30th, but we'll fix that soon enough. Universal voting. Okay. In the next election, we'll see more socialists. 23% of our population is socialist, which, you know, isn't the majority. The majority is the conservative agenda right now. But that'll change. We have lots of unemployed people. Yep, our factories got made. So we have level 2 glass and level 2 wineries. Let's encourage hiring over there. And these have nobody because they're under full occupation right now in Sicily. How are the colonies doing? They're not completely occupied. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, there is a war going on over here. Yep, forgot all about this stuff. Yep, the French have invaded the Sicily parts. And I guess moving through my territory, I guess Sweden does want to move through my territory so that they can connect their 2 colonies here. Alright. How's it going? Looks like there's a communist revolution going on in Wittenberg. Gain 6 prestige. I don't need no relations with my enemy. That's gonna be at negative 200 forever. Probably. Okay, there's 15,000 Spanish troops over there now. See if I can stop occupying this and go back home and see if that'll recuperate any, you know, manpower that I need. I mean, we can't get any more of our guys from over in Sicily, so it's basically just the Catalans right now. Yeah, those guards are getting wiped out. Yeah, there's a little bit more going on right now than whatever you think is a problem in East Galicia. Try the first Great War since maybe Napoleon's conquests. Yeah, that's what this would be in real life, I guess, because this is huge. Like, every major European power is battling right now. Put them right there. Even though they can't really... They have no morale. Well, we're not taxing anyone. That's the problem. Tariffs are up. Not building anything. Military spending is cut in half as a result of... Oh yeah, that's a reason we don't want the socialists in power. Because they're pacifists. Okay. Harassment of political parties. Sure. Okay, and we've won the war. We've won both wars, it seems. This is a beautiful day for Catalonia and a beautiful day for France. Not a good day for the North German Empire or the United Kingdom. Wittenberg is now a... No, I guess they beat their communist revolutionaries. But oh, look at this. We are now 12th in power in the world. We don't have the ability to open that factory, the explosives factory. That's a good thing. In that territory there. Uh-huh. Well, yep, that's great. Okay. Yes, now our name appears on the map. That is the best thing that has come out of this. And of course, our next goal in our many wars against Spain will be to acquire Valencia. And then I think our conquest will stop there unless, they become completely destroyed and I can justify spending an exuberant amount of forces to take the Balearic Islands there. I don't think I'm going to do that, though. I'm really happy. Yeah, I thought we were going to get destroyed in that war. Wow. Conquest of Transvaal. Huh. Completely annexed Transvaal. Why did the Dutch want to do that? I mean, these guys are Boers. And I think that's a Dutch-African... Yeah, it's a Dutch-African culture, if I'm not mistaken. That's why orange here has the Dutch flag in its flag. And these guys also have the Dutch flag in their flag. And these guys are the Dutch. So I guess... And of course, Transvaal has a bunch of awesome resources, like precious metal all over the place. So it makes complete sense that the Dutch would want to conquest that area. Still mean, though. Very mean. I'm surprised the Zulus have lasted this long. 100% Zulu. Alright, how many Catalans are in that area that we just conquered? Not very many. 4.4%. That's enough, though. It'll be our core eventually. Yeah, we will now demobilize, as you should expect. We gotta get our boats back in the harbor. We have to then cut spending dramatically to 5%, as is the usual. Cut military spending to 5%, as is the usual. And can we lower the taxes? No, we want to raise education as much as we can, and then see what we can do about these taxes. Ooh, no, we can't remove the poor that much. So everyone's getting taxed 80%. Which, in actuality, is more like 20%. Or, no, it's 30%, because of our effective administration. Yep, administration. Put some funding into that. Let's go 50%, no, 35. That sounds like a good number. Yep, alright. We'll try and see if our economy can bounce back from that war that we just had. Build up our military force again so that we can defend this territory we have acquired. Holy site disturbed. That is disturbing news. Their beliefs must be respected. Good. Man, I'm happy now. That is... is that the first time something has gone my way in this game? I mean, no, it's not the first time, of course, but... Wow. It's unusual, to say the least. Oh well, freedom of speech and all that. Women wanting to vote. Free speech. Women. That's ridiculous. Oh, the 1800s. What a time. Okay. How's this place doing? The United States has all... Wow, that's good going, guys. You really need the Northwest and Yukon territories. Why don't you just invade Colombia next? Colombia. Not Colombia. You know, a joke I already made in a different series of these videos. Russia could have held on to them. They should have. That's what I say. Alright, our economy is bouncing back. We can open this factory and subsidize it. Don't know. And there doesn't seem to be very many workers in that area. And for some reason, we still only have one focus available. Alright, now that is encouraging soldiers. Let's see, is there more industry? We don't have any coal in our country, still. But, yeah. commerce. Don't really have any more need for any of that. We'll get the combustion engine, go early railroad. We really need to start hammering down on these industrial techs. We are the 16th in industry in the world. I'd like to be in the top 10. Okay. We got another one of these. Trinket healthcare. Maybe we should get the socialists out of power. That's what I'm thinking. Back to the reactionaries. Nationalists de Catalan. Which, yeah, basically the same thing, just we can spend more money on the military. Evidently not? The heck? Okay, there we go. We now spend more money on the military. Repay the loan as much as we can. All of it. Wasn't a very big loan. Thought we had more than that going on. Build a navy back up. Let's get as many clippers as possible. 2 more men of war. And they'll meet up here. Expand fortifications on the border. We don't really have the money for that, so I'll hold off on that and do what we need to do, which is build more guards. And in Sicily, should probably build a fortification there, in all honesty. Forgot about that place. Yeah, the Two Sicilians, the one Sicily, as far as I'm concerned, can easily take that area, but it's not the most important area to have if we are fighting a war against Spain. So that's A-okay by me. These places, of course, thanks to the Spanish, already have very good railroads, so I don't need to build any. Good. Alrighty. Yeah, alright. Good. Yes. And those guys they'll get back up there, I'm sure. We almost have 5% soldiers in Catalonia. In Catalonia. Catalonia. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. The French are now the 8th power. The Germans are now the 6th power. We got Jacobin rebels. Man. They might win. No, they won't. We'll win. Don't worry. I've had problems with these Jacobins before. That was a pain. Okay, yeah, they're over there too, so we gotta get over there as soon as possible. What happened in Spain just now? Okay, Cuban nationalists have forced them to release Cuba. So Cuba is now an independent state. And we could just take if we wanted. Justify war, conquest. And then it would be Catalonian Cuba. Do we want to, though? I mean, just because we can doesn't mean we should. I don't really have any interest in that area or holding on to a Cuba, especially when we have troubles holding on to Sicily. So no, I don't think that's something we should do. We should focus on dealing with these rebels. Try and get some guys over there to deal with the rebels in Sicily before the second massive rebellion happens again. Okay, the only place we can really get to is Catalonia. And, are you guys moving? Okay, it just takes a while, that's all. Alrighty. Now I got 4,000 guys on the island. We'll send these guys back over there. Get them ready to fight. We have no morale, of course, because no one's getting paid. But that's alright. Those rebels don't have any organization. So we beat them there. Merge these guys. See if these guys will get on now. Nope, they won't. There's not enough room. Okay. Go faster. The fastest speed. Oh man, okay, yeah, they took Tripoli. Okay. Yeah. Which connects down to... Okay, so... I love the French colonial area here. That is weird. It's like this weird S. Yes. They can do what the British tried to do and form a railroad from here to here. That's in real life anyway. Which, you know, pretty almost realistic borders as far as the British are concerned. The French, though, they can have a railway from here to here, and they'll call that a railway across Africa, and they'll get the prestige. Okay, we can now outnumber them. I'd like my full military force over there to deal with them. Those pesky rebels. Can't be trusted. Can't be trusted at all. Alright, all aboard. Get over there to Catalonia. And now we will fight. Thank you, Jose Catafal. You are a great general. Did his stats change, or is this a different guy? Because I thought the last general we had was... Yeah, that's weird. I thought he had different stats than that. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought he had some sort of organizational trait as well. But you know, people can change over time. Okay, yeah. I thought we were going to lose there for a second. I'm like, no way my 13,000 guys are going to lose like that. They might. They don't have morale. But they do have unity. That's what these rebels don't understand. We are Catalonia. We are strong. Some Piedmont Red Guards. Hopefully they throw that country into chaos and I can take Sardinia. That would be beautiful. International crisis. Do we still got boats on the way? We need a couple more clipper ships. So that would be fine. Okay. Get back over to Sicily. I like being able to carry my entire military force in one shipment. Even though that could end in disaster if the enemy ships ever find me. Gerrymandering. Immigrant attraction up. It'd be cool if you could, like if you were, say, a communist or fascist power, you could support rebellions with funding or, quote, volunteer troops, end quote. As they actually did, you know, with socialist and fascist vanguard parties, as they were called. You know, like the Spanish Civil War, Nazi Germany was sending troops over to the fascist Franco parts of Spain, and Soviet Union, well, not being able to actually send very much at all because their disadvantageous, however you want to say that, it's a dumb word, geographic position, because I mean they have to send troops a lot farther, and obviously they'll need a lot more to deal with Nazi Germany than what the Soviet Union in the 30s probably had to offer. It all worked out for the best though, eh, Spain? Where are our boats? So yeah, it'd be cool if I were a communist state, fund these rebels in Piedmont. Even though these rebels right here couldn't do much because they can't build boats to get off the island, and what rebels have to do is take the capital, which is all the way over here. Nice is nice. So get those troops there. Barcelona, merge, and they can hang out there. Looks good to me. So can't build any more of these guys at all. Our African provinces are A-okay. Got a little bit of South Italian in here for some reason. What about in these guys? That little bit of, what is that? 1% Catalan. So if we encouraged, we need 1% bureaucracy. What is it actually? Yeah, 1% of the population needs to be bureaucrats for it to become a national state. And we have 1%, 2% Catalan right now. So if we could convince everyone in there to become bureaucrats, then we could turn this into an actual state. That would be cool. Want to see if we can do that. But then we would stop encouraging our soldiers, and I need my soldiers. Well, you're not even funding them right now anyway. That's true. That's very true. See if we can decrease the taxes for the poor down to 50%, 55. Everybody now, 55. Everybody now, 55. I am a nice ruler. If there's money that I can spare, I will give it. See if we can encourage military spending to 10%. Maybe they won't be so upset. Yeah, increasing this to 10% probably isn't going to happen. 8%. And that'll probably fluctuate heavily. Sure, Transvaal, you can move through our territory. Why not? Get rid of all these notifications that I don't need. Man, what is going on there? The Scandinavian... Well, what are the Ottoman Empire involved in? Okay, so that's Scandinavian occupation, not French occupation. I thought we missed a call to arms and lost our ally. That would be devastating. Yep, they still like us. Increase our relations even more so. How's Albania? They're in the Russian sphere. Austria is no longer a great power. Is that what I'm seeing? Yep, they're a secondary power. So who's the great power? Where's that star? Alright. Yep, Netherlands is. Okay, Netherlands is the great power. So Scandinavia. The Ottoman Empire and Austria are out. Greece is invading. No, Greece is not invading. It's just Scandinavian colors confusing me again. Because countries with similar colors, Greece, Bavaria, Scandinavia, United States, USCA, they all have just very different shades of the same color. And that can get confusing if all those players are at war with each other. So let's see if we can tank our economy in terms of, okay, everyone's going to be taxed again. Back to 70. Back up to 70. Back up to 70. And then we will build some fortifications in the territories that need fortifications. Namely Vasconia, Aragon. Which would all, fortified up to defend against France. But we don't need to defend against France. That's what Spain needed. We need to defend against Spain. Let them have full citizenship. Why not? Can't expand this anymore. We don't have the money for that. And let's see if we can build a fortification here. We can. Although that is all our money going towards that. And will it even matter? Probably not. Alright, how long does our peace deal last? Is what we should find out. Until the 9th of July, 1892. And after that, should we try again for another war against Spain? I mean, I'd like to. But is France up for it? I mean, now they're number 8. And Germany would just try the Franco-Prussian War again. That's all they would do. And I feel like we got lucky the last time. Like I said, I'm very happy that we won, but something inside me thinks that maybe we shouldn't have. As a result, I don't know, we got lucky. That's all there is to that. Place in the sun against the Ottoman Empire. That sounds good to me. Non-secret ballots. I want to know who you guys are voting for. Let's see, they are in the sphere of Germany. That would bring France into it. They are allied with the Netherlands, Spain, Bavaria, all these guys. That would be tough. France is up for it, and Germany's at war right now. But, do they even have anything I want? No. Probably not. What would I take? Oh yeah, Sinai. That'd be a great one to have. Declare war, call allies. They have a truce, so we can't, even if we wanted to. But that truce will not be forever. Whoa, okay. I thought a great war was declared. Nope, growing national pride in countries around the world has reached the point where people will not accept anything less than total victory when great powers clash. From now on, any conflict with at least 2 great powers on each side will be regarded as a great war, Spain declares. Alright. I do not know how much time has elapsed. I have not been paying attention, but this has been a very action-packed episode, full of energy and whatnot. And as such, I think I am justified in ending it here before anything crazier happens. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more Andar Nation, for more Let's Play videos where I make horrible sentences like the one you just heard. Thanks for watching.